In today's video, low load, high rep training.
All by myself.
Hey everyone, welcome back. This is Paul Revelia from ProPhysique.com. It's Friday morning. It is beautiful here in Florida and I'm super excited for the weekend. I hope you guys are excited for everything that's going on. And I have an exciting, awesome discussion review of the brand new episode or issue of Mass, the monthly application of strength sport, written by three of the smartest, coolest dudes you will ever hear about. Yes, Greg Nuckols, Mike Zordos, Eric Helms put together this monthly subscription with great information about the science of muscle building. And they review some of the best research that most closely associates with what we're trying to do. Get jacked, get strong, stay lean, all these fun things, right? So if you're not already subscribed, I put a link below and you click it, you subscribe, you get more knowledge. This is already issue 9, so you've got 9 months that you can look at if you subscribe now. So it's a great value. They're also doing video content, audio content, and I bet you 2018 they're already planning some great stuff. So thank you, Greg, thank you, Mike, thank you, Eric, for letting me be a part of the mass movement. And let's discuss today's article. And once again, I chose something by Greg Nuckols. It seems to be a theme. Greg, you're kicking butt. Really love the topics that you choose. Sorry, Mike and Eric, but every month it seems like my favorite. You know, I review them and I look and see this one just bam, it hit me right in the face. Like this was an obvious choice for what I think you guys would want to hear about. And that is the difference between low load, high rep training and high load, high rep training. And which is better? And there's a lot of research out there that shows the specifics of which is better, but this one was very interesting because it looked at the difference in muscle activation and muscle soreness following these bouts. And that can have a lot of implications because we as trainers get in the gym and we want to do what's best, not only for a single session, but also so that we can have another great session later in the week. And so we can be continuous and injury-free and getting better and getting stronger because, as you know, that's how we build muscle. That's how we get better at our sport, whatever it may be. It may be bodybuilding, it may be CrossFit, it may be powerlifting, it may be some other sport that's so cool I don't even know about it yet because I'm an old dude that doesn't pay attention to everything, right? But whatever it is, we're looking at better ways to train and recover. And so this is very interesting. And what they did was they took these gentlemen through a leg extension and they had one group do 30% of their 1 rep max. So if you're looking at, let's say your leg extension 1 rep max is 200 pounds, that would be 60 pounds to failure. You could probably do a lot of reps. They had another group do 80% of their 1 rep max. So that would be 160 pounds. So that's pretty significant. You're not getting 30 reps at that, right? So they both went to failure. They actually had all the subjects do both, right? And they measured activation of the muscles. They also measured recovery of torque. So the first thing that was noted that I liked in the article was that at 80% there was greater activation of the vastus lateralis. Now, as we know with research and things, muscle fiber type activated with heavier loads is greater because the brain knows that we have to fire more motor neurons to get that stuff going. But it's also been postulated that because you do more reps, that there might be greater activation in those reps with the heavier weight, but with the lighter weight, you eventually get to the same amount of activation. It's all in theory. But vastus lateralis, for those that aren't familiar, is the outside muscle of the quads. So if we're talking about bodybuilding, it's the muscle that is furthest out on either side of your leg. We call that quad sweep. And that is something that I'm very much interested in. So it tells me that maybe perhaps I should be doing a little bit heavier weight, but we'll get to that. Now, the low load group, 30% of the 1 rep max, what they found was they were not able to recover as quickly. And after 48 hours, they were still having issues with muscle damage and muscle soreness. So that indicates to us what? Well, from my perspective, based on what I read here, if I were a powerlifter who had to train at high frequencies, I would not include super high rep muscle damage type sets. So they only did 30% of your 1 rep max, but let's say you even do 40 or 50% of your 1 rep max to end a workout, and you go to a bunch of failure and you're sore for a bunch of days, and that impacts your performance for your next session. That could be a drawback. That's one reason. However, for someone that trains bodybuilder style, that only hits a muscle group every 4, 5, 6, 7 days, there might be a benefit to including some high rep training or alternating or undulating your intensity patterns so that you train in two different. That was discussed in this, and an opinion really wasn't formed. There's still a debate about that. In fact, one of my favorite things about mass is the follow-up. So after each review, they give an opinion on what they think should follow that up. And the one thing that I've never really seen in research, and we all do in the gym, is we usually start with a heavy compound movement in the, let's say, 80% range, but we finish with an isolation movement in the 30% range, right? We all kind of finish with like a leg extension drop set, right? What is the benefit of that? Is there a benefit to having different training intensities in a single session? Because that, in my mind, is bodybuilding. That is the biggest difference between powerlifting and bodybuilding. In bodybuilding, we really want to destroy that muscle each time we train, for right or wrong. But that's how most bodybuilders train. And that's what I think would be an interesting study. So what's really cool is that Greg identifies that. And perhaps that's where we'll get some answers, because what's cool is you're reading this, I'm reading this, we're the people that are in the future going to ask the questions. Maybe Greg knows somebody that's going to do a study design, maybe he's friends with Brad Schoenfeld, and we're going to start getting these answers. That's what's great. So if you are interested in this stuff, and what I'm saying to you is kind of like hitting you in the feels, then please subscribe to this, because it's for a good purpose. Because I can tell you, these gentlemen are scientists. They are interested in answers. And that little link you click, yes, it's an affiliate link. I get paid for every time someone purchases it. But guess what? I'm giving all the money that I get from this affiliate link to the University of South Florida, Dr. Bill Campbell's lab, who's doing research, whose research might be reviewed by mass and might be published. So you see, it's like a cycle of life that we're giving to here. So I would really suggest, if you liked what I talked about, I don't want to go too in depth, because the whole goal here, these are my friends and I want to help them grow mass. Click the link, download, get a subscription, and check it out. You will not be disappointed. You will be enthralled. In fact, I'm going to go back and read a few more of the articles. I only like to review one article per month for the very reason that I just mentioned. I would rather you guys find some excitement and go download it and give to a good cause. You're giving back to exercise science so that we can get more jacked. All right, guys, that's going to be it for me today. It's Friday. I'm going to take the weekend off, going down to South Florida with my wife. I'm going to go to a Dolphins football game on Sunday. And I'm going to watch Auburn, my favorite college football team, in the SEC championship this Saturday. So going to step away from my day-to-day work life, spend some time with my wife, my best friend, and just have a nice little weekend here in Florida. Hope you guys have an awesome weekend, and I'll talk to you Monday.